Hi, Professor Blanket. This is Ida Marshall. I'm going to be talking about my strategic goals for Giant Food. First and foremost, how was Giant Food founded? Our story starts in 1936 when N.M. Cohen and Samuel Lerman founded Giant Food and opened Washington, D.C.'s first supermarket. Since then, we've opened over 160 stores in D.C., Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. I have been working for Giant Food for over 25 years, and I've enjoyed every single minute of it. I will run 9 departments. I have run 9 departments, but know that I am versatile in everything that I do. One of the reasons that Giant Food is so successful is because of cross-training. What do you ask is cross-training? Cross-training is actually very essential in an organization like Giant Foods. Cross-training is when employees are hired for one specific position, but trained in another position just to learn in case they have to help out or they need to learn something that'll help them along the way. A lot of Giant Foods employees have been taught, or they have to first get on the computer and do something that's called e-learning. E-learning is learning about the new company. It's been founded for 76 years in 1936, going on 77. Or sorry, 87. Sorry. But one of the things that we've come to understand is Giant Food is very successful in opening up potential markets for other organizations. What I mean by that is that they are the organization that people, other supermarkets, look out for as in a successful business plan. Now, the 3 methods that I'm going to use in this presentation is there are 3 things. One's called stock control, one's called theft control, and one's called budgetary control. Now, budgetary control is it's defined as setting targets for an organization, monitoring results, and comparing them to a budget. Everything has to have a budget, and everything is monetary. Now, at Giant Food, one of the reasons why it's so successful is because from the store manager down, he has assigned a non-perishable manager, a perishable manager, and then department managers that train their staff how to run the departments that they're assigned to. Now, a perishable manager has produce, meat, seafood. Those are the 3 departments that they take care of. Now, non-perishable is grocery, dairy, surprisingly dairy, because you would think that was perishable, but it's under non-perishable. And then frozen food as well. I'm not sure why, but those are the departments that are taken into consideration. Deli also is a perishable, but run from a non-perishable manager. Now, they are given incentive dollar amounts, monetary amounts, and those sales that they have every single day have to be addressed. And if they're not met, then employees' amount of hours decreases. One of the reasons why this is actually successful is because it's based on previous years, based on how business was the year before. So the way that schedules are written are based on the dollar amounts that they have had in past years. So, for example, in June of 19th through the 26th of 2019, the dairy department did $80,000. Now, that was last year. This year, June 19th to June 26th, dairy department did $90,000, which was an increase in sales, which is really good. It's actually very good. Sometimes the departments do a little bit more. Our produce department does about $110,000 a week. Our meat and seafood do about $70,000 to $80,000 a week. And grocery obviously does a lot more than that. They do about, I think, $200,000 to $300,000 a week. And so we do a little bit over $1.1 million for the entire store for the week. The second method that I used is called stock control. Stock control is a monetary, it's actually monitoring inventory. And how that works is when the stock merchandise is delivered, we inventory it, we make sure it's correct, we put it into our system, we check it off. If it's wrong, we let the vendor know that it is wrong and that they need to credit us the amount that they charged us. But it has to be direct, it has to be maintained, and it does reduce loss. The third thing is theft control. Theft control is very, very important, and the reason that theft control is so critical is because when customers come in and don't feel like paying and they decide that they want to steal or try to hide stuff in their pockets, essentially stealing, but getting caught. Not every person that steals gets caught, unfortunately. But when they do, we regain some of the loss. But when they don't get caught and they leave, that's when loss is larger than what is expected. A lot of times when managers are not in the stores, kids or even adults come into the store and decide that they want to go shoplifting. Unfortunately, this doesn't help our sales, or it reduces the amount of hours that a department receives based on the actual sales amount. Now, we have to take a loss if, for example, someone comes in and decides that they want to go shoplifting now. Luckily, in our area, it's a pretty decent area, and we do have security, which helps control a lot of the theft. And our theft is not as high as in a lot of areas. We're in a pretty affluent area, luckily. I can't say that for all the stores that I've worked at, but it's not every day that people come in and decide that they want to go shoplifting. So, in conclusion, one of the things that I'm so proud of with working for Giant Food is that it has two really important aspects. It has diversity and inclusion. Now, diversity is one of our greatest strengths. We maintain an open atmosphere in which all are welcome, which basically means that we hire everybody and anybody that can perform the job, and we give them ample opportunity. We give them 90 days to prove themselves or not prove themselves. And according to our leaders, inclusion is a way of life for us, and it helps to better support our customers, communities, and associates. We create a space to express ideas, thoughts, and perspective, which says that they which allows employees to say how they feel and express themselves. So again, thanks. Hope you had a great day, and I hope you enjoy the presentation.